Hey everybody, what's up? It's Friday night, it's the late night agenda. I'm your host Craig and you're very welcome along to the Anfield Agenda, the late night agenda. How are we all doing? I hope we're all keeping well. The weekend has finally arrived. The Reds are back in action tomorrow. A tricky game at the Amex against Brighton, and look, I'm hoping for nothing less than 3 points from the Reds. We've got a bit to get through tonight. I wish I had better news for you on transfers, but look, it is what it is. We seem to be pretty clear that not much is going to happen for the Reds this month with regards to incomings, but that's okay. How's everybody feeling? Let me see who we have in the house tonight. Tom is in, Andres is in, Sean, LFC_5. Who else we got? Frankie B, Oisin, Paul Gormley, the Revenite. How the hell are we, guys? I hope you've had a wonderful Friday. I hope you're looking forward to the weekend. It's always good when the weekend arrives, particularly if you've been working hard all week. Anything you guys want to talk about at the start, or will we just go straight into it? We go straight into the topics I have to talk about. Jurgen Klopp and Virgil van Dijk have won Manager of the Month and Player of the Month respectively for December. And congratulations to both of them. I think it's only the second time that a defender has won the... Is it the second time? It's Van Dijk's second time anyway that he's won the Player of the Month, Premier League Player of the Month for Liverpool, which is utterly fantastic. So well done to him, well done to Jurgen Klopp, and no less than they deserve for what has been a fantastic start of the season for the Reds and a fantastic December. We did lose, but it wasn't in December. We managed to get through December without losing, so congratulations to both of them. You can see the image there floating by. How are we doing? Shout out to Dude. Klopp and VVD are just so good. So Cahill, which they fucking are, they're absolutely mint. What time is your watch along starting? 2:30 tomorrow, mate. That is spot on, 2:30 for that one. Shaqiri and Fabinho must play. Why? Shaqiri was shy in the last game when he played, so he's not, I didn't put him in my team, but look, I don't pick the team. I wasn't too... Fabinho will play. He'll play at centre back tomorrow by the looks of it. We'll go through all that. We'll go through team selections. We'll go through who's available, who isn't available. We'll have a little chat about Kloppo's press conference. I just want to catch up with everybody first and see how you're all doing. Van Dijk could win Player of the Decade if we get the title, said G.I. Jose. He's down to 4 to 5 on now to be Premier League Player of the Season, which is ridiculous. I mean, somebody said he was over 100 to 1 or something at the start of the season, and from to be on odds on now, it just goes to show you what an amazing campaign he's had so far for the Reds. Paul Gormley is in. How are you, sir? Oisin, thank you for joining, mate. Really appreciate the compliments. Thierry is in. How are you? Shout out Sufyan and Zachariah. I think if I mispronounced their name, Bobby Rashford, mate, I apologise, but hello to everybody. Ronald Rees is in. How are you, sir? Van Dijk will be Player of the Decade. Rumours going around that Gino Wijnaldum might be playing at centre back. Remember when he played there before, done a decent job. Yeah, that's weird. It's weird that we have this situation where we've got centre backs out, but we've got Fabinho who can play there. Henderson, as I said, was rumoured to be playing there for the Wolves game before he picked up an injury, and as you pointed out, Gini can play there as well. I'd be amazed if we don't see Fabinho playing alongside Virgil van Dijk tomorrow, but you know what, whatever Kloppo wants is fine with me. He's the man. Had an evening of beer, football and Dr. Hook. There you go, Christopher, nice one. Am I late, said Kirby. Not really, mate. 3 minutes. We started 3 minutes ago, so you haven't missed anything yet, but welcome. Gary's going 2-0 to the Reds. Tom Connolly's going 2-1. Apparently Joe Gomez and Matip are back in training. Yeah, there's rumours that Matip might be available for this game tomorrow. I think it'll come a little bit too early for him, but either look, he's back training, which is absolutely quality. Finally, this centre back issue that we've had seems to be getting put to bed. Lovren's only a couple of weeks away as well, so it looks like it'll be all good soon enough. What else? We got 3-1 to the Reds. Well, if we don't play Shaqiri and Fabinho, we'll lose. Fuck off. No, we won't. That's an absolutely fucking ridiculous comment to make. If we don't play Shaqiri and we don't play Fabinho, we're definitely going to lose because they're fucking great. Will you stop with the negativity? It's all good. If Shaqiri doesn't play, it's because the gaffer doesn't think he's the right person to play in the position. And you think that we're going to lose just lets me know that you're already a negative fuck that I shouldn't be wasting my time on. Oh, I'm so fed up of our fan base being negative. It's driving me fucking demented. I've gone off social media because I couldn't be arsed looking at it. People just want to wish this league title away. I don't understand it one bit. Cameron's gone 3-1 to the Reds. Andres has gone 3-0 to the Reds. I was saying last night the VVD was 125 to 1. It was yourself, Jose, that was saying thank you, pal. I was trying to explain to Connor earlier on. Somebody said to me last night that he was over 100 to 1. That is, I mean, if you had a tenner on that, mate, that would have been sexy. Do you think it's a blessing in disguise being knocked out of the cup due to less games, such a busy period, and more focus on the league title? I suppose there has to be pluses to it, Thierry, mate. None of us want to be knocked out of a competition. We all want to see Liverpool win everything that we enter. But I think it's just a case of the manager prioritising. And yes, whilst it wasn't great to go out, the knock-on effects are probably that he has more time to get the players fit, and more time to work with them on the training ground, and more time to get them to understand what he wants from them. So I think, yeah, probably a blessing in disguise, but at the same time, a cup run would have been nice on one of them, wouldn't it? I don't know, mate. It's all down to the league for me. If he wins the league, then he's done nothing wrong as far as I'm concerned. He can do what the fuck he wants. But what's up, my foes? Said Recessionizer. Salah will score. I'm betting on that as well. I actually have money on that to happen. Our friend from Leicester City is in. How are you? 1-0 to Liverpool. My prediction. Brighton's a hard place to go. It is. Look, the Amex is definitely a difficult place to go. But I believe in these boys. I fully believe the Reds will go there tomorrow and pick up 3 points. There's too much riding on it. I just don't see how we won't. An early goal and they'll want an early bath, said Luke Skywalker. Alpha G is in the house. How are you, sir? A hat-trick for Salah for Bobby Rashford. Nice one. Mohammed Hassan is in. Hello, sir. How are you? Thank you for joining us. And Gabriel, our friend Gabriel Adam is in as well. How are you? One more sleep until Brighton. And just a reminder, guys, we will be doing a watch along for that one, and we will be starting at 2:30 tomorrow. So I hope you can join us for it. Hopefully the Reds are going to get back to winning ways, and we can stop all this negativity. I know it's been tough. 2 losses in a row is always tough to take. But perspective, as Rod would say to us, keep perspective on this. We've lost 1 league game away to the champions. We lost a cup game, a second string team against a good Wolves side. It's not the end of the world. Some people's heads are just absolutely falling off. Brighton 3, Liverpool 2, said Jack Roberts. Absolutely not going to happen. There's no way on earth Brighton are putting 3 goals past us. Never. It's just not going to happen. Milner was shy past 2 games. Don't think he'll play. Well, mate, we're running out of players. That's the whole point. Henderson has a knock. Fabinho's going to be playing centre back by the looks of it. Who else do you play in that midfield role in the 6? There isn't really an option. It has to be James Milner if Henderson isn't available. Unless, of course, he wants to stick somebody else, maybe somebody younger in there. I don't know. I'm not like... You never know. Maybe he'll change formation as well. Maybe he won't really play a holding mid. I don't know what to say to you. I just think with what we have available, if Hendo has a knock, if Fabinho's got to play at centre back, I don't really see any other option. But once Fabinho started against City, we scored, which is true. Look, you make it out like I don't like Fabinho. I absolutely adore Fabinho, mate. Absolutely love him. But he's going to be playing centre-back tomorrow by the looks of it. So, he will play. I mean, I would be amazed if Fabinho isn't on that field tomorrow. He's earned it. As far as I'm concerned, Fabinho should be in every 11. Every starting 11 from now until the end of the season, because we've got a full week in between games. The negativity is ridiculous. If Hendo's name is on the team sheet tomorrow, Twitter will melt down. Is he available? I've seen a lot of people say he took a nick, and he's a little bit I don't know, it's getting so tough, isn't it? It's every man for himself at this point. Just roll out bodies, whoever we got available. But you know what, we've got Lallana out, Henderson possibly out, Lovren out, Matip possibly back, Gomez out. Bodies are falling, but we're still going to do it. Relax, it's all good. Do you think that Bielsa will be in trouble with the FA? I don't know, but he's a wonderful lunatic, isn't he? I absolutely adore Bielsa. He's a mad bastard and I love him. Oh yeah, no, I definitely did send somebody to spy on Derby. Oh no, that was me. Yeah, hands up. I mean, hands up. It was me. I did it. I didn't know it was wrong over here. We do it all the time everywhere else. He's absolutely brilliant. I love him. I want the Bielsa bucket as well, because they sell them in the Leeds shop. If you haven't seen, you know that blue turned over bucket thing that he sits on? They actually sell them now in the Leeds United shop. Hoover could play there. I think he's good enough, said Scotty. If this was a home, mate, I'd be saying yes, 100%. Stick young Keanu Hoover in there. But away at the Amex with Glenn Murray and his big aerial presence, I don't know. I just think it might be a little bit too much for him. If Wolves beat City, that'll be great banter. Conor Cody, the legend. Anything is possible in the Premier League. I'm not hanging my hopes on anything. It's tough. I just hope we get 3 points. That's all I really give a shit about tomorrow. I'm very confident going to Brighton tomorrow. Looking forward to it, said Wizzy Rabbit. I'm going 2-0 to Liverpool. Salah and Sturridge the score coming off the bench, said our friend O-Dog. Could we play 3 at the back? Gini, Fabinho and Van Dijk maybe? We could do. I mean, I'm baffled as to what Klopp was going to do here tomorrow. I was making my guess at the 11 earlier on, and it is an absolute blind guess, I have to say. You never know. You absolutely just never know. Give Lazar Markovic a chance. Now that much, Stephen. Come on now. Jokes are jokes and all, mate, but we're trying to be a little bit realistic here. Markovic, the legend that is Lazar. See, did Fekir pick up an injury today, by the way, for Lyon? Because he came off at half time. He was either just shit or he picked up an injury, but he did come off at half time. Joel Matip might be back tomorrow, said Clark Foot. He has travelled, said Scotty. On the Matip thing, would he be alright to start, do you think? Is that pushing it maybe? I don't know. A lot of rumours saying that Henderson is injured, but could still be just Klopp playing mind games. I don't really think he plays many mind games, to be fair, Louis. He's a fairly open book with stuff like that. Phil Jones is better than Moreno, changed my mind. They're both shit. I don't really give a fuck about either of them, card 6, to be honest, mate. Lallana needs to go, he's fucking shite, said Kieran Aaron. I don't know what to say, mate. I don't think he's shy. I don't think he's great either. I think he's a good solid pro. Just the injuries are getting to him at this moment in time, and he's not available again for us, which is not worth a shit to us, really, is it? Fabinho is by far the most used player in FIFA 19. He's like the Bakayoko of FIFA 18, except he's actually good in real life. Harold Steptoe said a Merseyside double tomorrow. Liverpool to sneak a late winner against Brighton, and Everton to hammer Bournemouth. That's going to be an interesting game, actually, that Everton-Bournemouth one. I reckon that could be quite a decent game to watch. We'll be okay tomorrow. Chuck Norris is in goal. There you go, Steve. We love it, pal. Would love Leeds to come up. Would be a great away day. I think they will come up. And do you know what? Fair fucks to them. They're just full of determination, aren't they? And it's a tough league to get out of, so if they get up, they deserve it. He says, stating the bleeding obvious, like. Liam, how are you, sir? I think Wolves are getting a draw, said Connor. Very optimistic stuff. I used to just slag off all of Connor's guesses and tell him that he was ridiculous, but then he got too many things right and I just ended up looking like a fool. So there you go. Whatever Connor says, I'm just going to smile and nod from now on and go, yeah, I agree. Right, a few other things to get through, guys, before we pump on. As you can see, a bit of, I don't know if you'd call it good news, but it's news. I would look at it as good news from the club's point of view. Liverpool will host a special Legends game at the Aviva Stadium against an Ireland 11 on Friday, April the 12th, which is great news from that perspective, because all the money raised will go to the Sean Cox Rehabilitation Trust, which I have to say, I'm so happy to hear the club are doing this. So just again to reiterate, if anybody wants to go to this or anything, it's a Liverpool Legends 11 taking on an Ireland 11 in the Aviva Stadium in the beautiful city of Dublin on Friday, April the 12th. Myself and Connor are going to do our best to get tickets and go along to that one. Hopefully we'll be able to meet some of you guys, do some vlogging around the game, and let's see what else we can do. And we were saying, look, if it came to it and we got media tickets for it or something, we're still going to buy tickets and give them away to somebody, because we feel like the least we can be doing here is buying tickets to the game and helping what is a fantastic fund, fantastic trust, obviously, to help Sean Cox and his family. So either way, hopefully myself and Connor will be there. Hopefully we can see some of you amazing people, do some vlogging around the game, see if maybe we can nick somebody to have a chat to or something. But should be good fun. I've no idea when the tickets are going on sale, by the way. That wasn't available earlier on. You can see it in our images there going across. Liverpool announced charity match in Dublin. So I hope anybody who's in Ireland can make their way up for that one. A great game for a great cause. And look, well done to the club, well done to the FAI, everybody involved, and all gone to an amazing cause, the Sean Cox Sean Cox Rehabilitation Trust, excuse me. Andreas, I just read your comment there after I said it, mate, but so there you go. Anyone any thoughts on that or anything else, please do let us know. What do you think? What's this one? Sorry, I missed the comment there. Why not go 4-2-3-1 with Gini and Keita at central midfield? Again, could absolutely happen. Salah could go through the centre up top. Firmino could drop a little bit deeper. Could absolutely happen. I was talking about Connor with this earlier on, and when you see our image there, our little 4-3-3, don't pay too much attention to where anybody is in it. It's more just an 11 bodies that we're thinking about when we put that out there. What about giving Big Curtis a go? Again, away from home. I'm just a little bit weary that this match is away from home. If this was a home, I might say yes, play Keanu Hoover. And yes, perhaps give Curtis Jones a run, but it's a big game tomorrow. We got to go there and get 3 points. A bit off topic, Craig. Have you thought about playing FIFA like Gark? Not given. It's been a really busy week, Tom. To be honest, I haven't given it too much thought whatsoever. I spent the day today debating with my wife about where to go on holiday in June or July, and we still haven't fucking decided. We've been going at it for about 6 hours, and we thought we had it sussed at one point. Then I've thrown a few spanners in the works, and now we're looking at Turkey, we're looking at Greece, we're looking at Morocco. I mean, I've given up at this point. I don't know. I've about 8 things open on my computer with different hotels and stuff, so my head's all over the place. But the good thing is it'll be a holiday at the end of it, so it'll be alright. Bet365 offered me €390 cash out on my VVD Player of the Year bet. It pays £1,000. Stick or twist? Stick. Niall, defo stick, mate. It's only going to go up and up and up as the weeks go by, buddy. So, I mean, I'd stick. And I'm a pussy at the best of times, but I'd stick. I'm thinking about going to Tom Flynn. I hope you can, mate. Again, all money going would be good. Going to a very, very good cause. To be fair, don't think we're getting our team plus be on big wages. Would prefer somebody like Bradley Dack. Oh, you're replying to Connor there, so there you go. What was Connor's question? Let's go up and see what Mr. Crosby had to say. Where are you, Crohor? Can't hear you from the top of the table. Oh, you're just answering a troll. Good man, you're doing my job for me. What is the illness that Sean Cox has got? He's got a brain injury, mate. I'd be lying if I told you I know the specifics of it. Yeah, he's got a brain injury, mate. So I don't know what to say. It's not something that I should be talking about. I'm not qualified to talk about it. It's a private matter for his family. But it resulted in a brain injury after getting hit in the head. That's as much as I know, pal. Money Mikey LFC. If you want to be a whingy little bitch, mate, just fuck off. There you go. I don't even. I'll just make my comments then, mate. Sound. Are you fucking, much of a drama queen, mate? Or honest to God, there really is some just childish little fucks, isn't there? Just make my comments, mate. Sound. I'll save you time, dickhead. I'll just fuck you out. I'm not in the mood. I'm just not in the mood to put up with your fucking sanctimonious bullshit. Good evening, Reds. Crosby Jones is in the house. How are you? The Glenn Murray scares the shit out of me. Never know if he's going to score. I just got that feeling. Said Will. He's a big fucker, isn't he? He's a big intimidating fucker. You know what we're going to get tomorrow as well. You know we're going to be bombarded with area balls, and that's why you need Van Dijk there. Turkey's an amazing place to go on holiday. I've been there a couple of times, buddy. I absolutely love it. But sometimes the family want to experience something new. I've been to Greece, they haven't, so I'm still trying to nudge them towards Turkey, though, if I'm being honest. I booked Turkey for July. Is that bad? Absolutely not, mate. You'll have a belter of a time. Right, what else have we got? Sure, you can come up to Westmeath for the holiday, Craig. Do you know what? Funny you say that, Tom. My wife's family for the past 20 years had a mobile home on Lough Ennel, so I have spent a shit ton of time in Westmeath over my life, buddy. Beautiful place, Lough Ennel. Loved it. Sky sources understand Leeds are in talks to sign Real Madrid goalkeeper Kiko Casilla. Thank you for that one, Anthony. We should sell Lovren, Matip, Sturridge, Lallana, Milner, Origi and Mignolet and bring in De Ligt, Werner, Upamecano and promote Grabara. What about Creevin Kelleher, Kieran? Come on, we need the young Irish man. I've got high hopes for this young man, and I hope I'm probably just building him up, but maybe I'm absolutely biased. Tell my kid, of course I'm biased, he's Irish. When is the charity match, Craig? Really want to go. April the 12th, Adam, in the Aviva Stadium in Dublin. A Liverpool Legends versus an Ireland 11. I'm not sure about ticket sales or anything like that yet, but as soon as I know, I will let you guys know. Hard boiled egg said, Jay, mate, whatever you stick up your ass is your own business. You don't need to be coming on here telling us what you're doing, buddy. It's alright. You just be careful and make sure you can get a way of getting it back out of your ass when you put it back up. It's alright though, buddy. You do you. You enjoy yourself. It's Friday night. Let your hair down. Morocco was great. Said stealthful. Where will we attack Brighton? That's a very strange question, Scotty. Where will we attack them? Probably towards their goal. I'm sorry, I don't mean... No, that's probably me being a dick, Scotty. Don't mind me, mate. I just don't really know how to answer the question, so it's my own stupidity, buddy, so don't listen to me. I'd like to go to Greece one day, said Samuel. I worked there for a summer. I worked in Crete for a summer, and I've been there on holidays as well. It's a great place. It's a great place if you're a young and single man or lady to go there and have fun. We do not need Werner, said Everton sucks Liverpool for the win. I would disagree with you, buddy, but I don't think we need him right this minute. I think the summer is probably a good time to go and get him. There is a couple of players injured for Brighton, mate. You're spot on. Our friend from Leicester City. Is it Isquedo and Jaha Bax? You're really pulling out the names there for me, buddy. Couldn't be easy names now for Brighton. I did see that a couple of injuries, but look, with all due respect to Brighton, we should be going there and winning. The bookies have them at 9-1, and they're the home team to beat us, and we're something like 3-10. So we should be going there and looking for the 3 points. Do you think Brewster will feature this season? I think so, yes. I really do. I think he'll feature in the next month. How much, I don't know. Maybe just a few minutes here or there. Maybe just a bit of an introduction to the first team, getting ready for next season. Tom Flynn said, I think Queeveen has a great chance if we sell Mignolet and don't bring anybody in. Ignore the trolls. Come on, it was the first one. That was the first trolling comment in 3 days I've read out, mate. Let me have a little bit of fun. The other guy was just moaning. He wasn't trolling. He was a Liverpool fan that was just whinging because I didn't read his comments. Do you think Huddersfield will break the losing streak? It's not really a streak. Come on. It's 2 games. It's not a streak. Is that a streak? Maybe it is. I don't know. They're losing streaks. I'm just going to bang my head off the table a few times here because I'm not with it, Gabriel, mate. No, I don't. I think Huddersfield are doomed, unfortunately. That friendly will be a sellout, and rightly so, said Paul Gormley. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Craig, I think the Legends game is great, but I do think the club full of millionaires could have done more. This is a really, really difficult subject to discuss because I can understand everybody's point of view on this one. From the club's point of view, if they just start handing out money hand over fist to this, which they can afford to without a doubt, it does set a precedent then for future things. And where do you draw lines along the way? I think that what they're trying to do is along with Roma, by the way, I want to say well done to them, and of course the FAI are clearly being helpful here, and Liverpool fan bases around the world are chipping in and doing as much as they can as well, which is beautiful to see. It's difficult because they want to make sure that the family are okay, not just now, not just here's a big lump sum of money and best of luck to you. This is a lifelong thing, so I've no doubt that this will be help that will be coming throughout stages of the rehabilitation of Mr. Cox and other maybe medical bills and things that will arise down the line for him. So yeah, look, I can understand it, but sometimes it's not just as easy as writing a check. Sometimes there's a little bit more to go along with these, and Liverpool have some fantastic people working for them, and I don't know. It's a difficult situation to discuss. I can understand your thoughts as well on it, but I think sometimes we as fans are a little bit too simplistic in how we look at things, and we just think the club should go, here's a check for £1 million, there you go. Maybe the club want to help them out in other ways. Maybe the club can point them towards good physiotherapy for Mr. Cox. Maybe the club can help in his rehabilitation themselves or something. I honestly couldn't tell you what they're going to do, but I do believe that whatever they do should be private with the Cox family, because they have enough to be dealing with. Whatever they want to do, everything should be centered around the Cox family and what way they want to proceed, and any information they want to put out or not put out, they should be fully in control of the situation. It is their loved one after all. Just messing, mate. Top channel you've got, Jay. That's alright, buddy. It's alright. I'm only winding you up as well. We can have a bit of fun on here. I've been called a lot worse, pal, I promise you. I think we do need Werner. He can play at left wing. We don't have a backup to Mane. Said Odog. Is Matty Ryan off to the Asia Cup? Do you know what? I actually didn't even think of that. Because when you're talking about Asia Cups, Australia never entered my head. Possibly, but isn't Son playing the game against United before he heads off? Even though I think South Korea have played 2 games in the tournament so far. Any news on Oxlade-Chamberlain's return? Just that he's back to training at him. After that, mate, I really don't know. Even with the strongest team, you could win, but helps that they're lacking 2 creative players. Craig, the keeper Matt Ryan played today for Australia, so he won't play tomorrow. Thank you for that one, mate. This is why you guys are 10 times better than me. I mean, the information that you guys give in to us is just unbelievable. I learned so much on here. You put us to shame, guys. Thank you so much for all your intelligence and help, because sometimes we're absolutely useless. Gone blurry. I am. You're right. Hang on. Let me just try and refocus this. Sometimes the camera does go a bit blurry. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'm going to just cover it up. I'm disappearing. I'm back, and there you go. Apologies. Sometimes the camera refocuses and I go blurry, but thank you for letting me know. Craig's true face. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Is that okay? Are we back? I think I should be a little bit better there now. What else have we got? Their best left back is missing for this game as well. Jesus, me eyes, said Tom. Do you know what? A blurry Craig is probably better for you to look at than an up close Craig. I can't wait for Henderson to lift the Premier League trophy and shut them haters up, said Alpha G. We don't need everything that the club are doing. Maybe they've donated more than we know. They could have donated and wanted to keep private. Absolutely, mate. Anything is possible. Subi, no need to apologise, buddy. As I said, you can drop in and out whenever you get a chance. It's all good. What else have we got? Cheers, son. Stop crying now. There you go. I prefer you blurry, said Stephen Richards. Mate, you're looking at me on 65-inch telly, possibly, so a blurry-headed Craig would be just too big. On Sadio Mane, somebody mentioned earlier on we hadn't got backup for Sadio Mane. Sadio will be making his 100th appearance for Liverpool if he plays against Brighton tomorrow. And you know what? That 100 games has come quite quickly, hasn't it? 100 games for Liverpool already for Sadio Mane. So let me know your thoughts on Sadio's first 100 games. Do you think he's been a success? Are you a massive Sadio fan? Are there things that you think he could be doing better? As always, I'd love to know your thoughts. Craig is a United fan. Yeah, okay, sure. I've got to work all day. We'll keep my phone off. Come home at 9 o'clock and watch the match on DAZN Rewind. At the Zone, that's what they call that, isn't it? That DAZN thing. I think it's called the Zone. Wouldn't surprise me if Milner played at centre back. So we've all had a guess at this centre back thing so far tonight. I've had a guess. Somebody had a guess at Gini Wijnaldum. Somebody else had a guess at James Milner. Now, I mean, we're all just picking midfielders and seeing who's going to play there. And the funny thing is, every single one of the people that we mentioned can do a job there, which is, you know, testament to how good our team is and how versatile the players Jurgen Klopp has are. Connor said, play really attacking tomorrow. Don't give them a chance to attack, and we just need fit defenders. Taps forehead. There you go. Only 100. When did he only 100? 100 games it's a lot, to be fair. I mean, an average Premier League campaign, if you played every game, 38 games, and you won't play every game, you know, it must be his 3rd year. It has to be his 3rd year, surely. Yeah, this will be his 3rd season, so he's halfway through his 3rd season, so that makes about sense for 100 games. 2 years ago, Mane was more clinical, but he's amazing. Great player, but frustrating at times, said Paul Dunning. LCFC said, think Mane needs to work on his finishing. Really hope Sadio nicks a few tomorrow. Seems to have slowed down this season. Alpha G said, Sadio is the most frustrating, but at times the most breathtaking player to watch. I agree with almost every comment you've made there, guys. He can do a bit of everything. He's frustrating, as you said, but he can be sensational. Do you think we'll buy any youngsters to add to our academy in this window? Tom, might be lying, pal, if I told you yes or no. Youngsters at any time, if they become available, maybe, but I don't know, buddy. Love Mane, but he needs 10 shots to score, said Sean. Craig, what channel will tomorrow's match be on? I'm not sure where in the world are you, Subi? If you're in the UK, it's not on any UK channel. Here in Ireland, it's going to be on Sky Sports, thankfully, so we'll be able to watch it, which is great. But it isn't done in the UK because of that stupid rule that they have for blacking 3 p.m. kickoffs. Okay, can somebody just boot that gobshite out now, please? That Bobby Rashford lad, because he's an absolute tool. Thinking about Mane, I think some weeks he looks like the worst player I've seen, but then he can look like a world beater in the blink of an eye, said Michael Wicks. Do you think they should play Sean Cox in Croke Park to sell it out more? It's not that simple, John. I think it's more that the FAI can have control over the Aviva, so they can definitely say yes straight away. Whereas we know sometimes going to although to be fair, the GAA should probably. Actually, hang on. The GAA have done something on this already. I'm just thinking back. They had a game in Meath, I'm sure. I think the Dublin team went out there to play a game against the Meath team or something like that. I'm just trying to think back. I know they've definitely done something to help out the Cox family because Sean Cox, of course, was involved in GAA as well. So I just think it might be a little bit too much of a headache to try and get the GAA to open up the stadium and stuff. Whereas with Aviva, they know that they can just, look, if it's available, yes, grand, there you go. We've seen before that sometimes the GAA don't move very quickly when it comes to foreign sports, shall we say. Everton sucks Liverpool for the wins. Gone for Brighton's team tomorrow, or our team against Brighton, excuse me. Alisson, Robbo, Keane, Hoover, Van Dijk, Trent, Milner, Fabinho, Gini, Mane, Sturridge and Salah. Did I miss somebody there? Milner, Fabinho, Gini, Mane, Sturridge, Salah. Sorry, just make sure I wasn't missing somebody on you. I think Sadio, he's off his game, but let's back him. He's a red, said Scotty. Sure, we'll play fucking Markovic at centre back. There you go. Should play Moreno and Markovic as the two centre backs, would be grand. If Alisson was injured, Mignolet would play as goalkeeper. Do you know what? I would bet you he's done it at some point in his life. Can see loads coming after Milner if we get promoted, said Kieran Aaron, or Leeds. Look, I can't even read your sentence out. Yes, a lot of people, Kieran, seem to think that if Leeds do come up, Jimmy Milner might try and go back there to finish off his career at his hometown club. Connor says, don't smile, you cunt. That goes back to a time where we were watching Liverpool playing Spurs, I think, over in England, and Mane missed something and turned around and smiled, and I just screamed at the television, don't smile, you cunt. It's one of those you had to have been there situations, I think. Sadio Mane is our wild card. Part of what makes him great sometimes frustrates us when it doesn't come off. He's a unique player and will always give his all, says YouTube. Very nice comment, mate. Louise has been playing with 65-inch TV today, said Stephen Richards. Good man, you're making me jealous now. I'm looking at my TV going, piece of shit. 55-inch piece of shit. Stephen's over there looking at a 65-inch and I'm stuck here looking at this puny little thing, squinting at this tiny little television. I think sometimes he's a big game player. That's a really good shout, Tyrone. Let's be honest, Mane is better than what he used to have to watch. Like Charlie Adam, 100%, Dean, 100%. He's a very good player. He can be a little bit frustrating at times, but he's a very good player. Craig, the last 8 game weeks are all 3 p.m. kickoffs, so rip me in the UK. Well, the last game week is a Sunday kickoff. I think they're all 2 p.m. or 4 p.m. I think, but other than that, I don't know, buddy. They're going to move some of them around for TV, I'd say. Did you watch the debate on Sky Sports where they talk about Everton winning the league in 10 seasons? No. I didn't. And I was going to watch it, but now after hearing what they were talking about, no, I haven't. Oh my God, God bless them. 10-year plan they have. The Mersey billionaires, 10-year plan. We don't need to play mind games like Pep, we just need to play our game on the field, said Got Cool. Brighton are a good team, but I won't accept anything but a win, said O-Dog. There was a game between Meath and Dublin in Nav, and thank you very much for that one, Tom. Brighton will be a walk in the park. I love it. I love that optimism. Such an unpredictable game tomorrow. Who would have thought we'd only win 1-0 at Anfield, said Will. It is tough. I mean, I don't care what we do tomorrow as long as we get the 3 points. It'd be great to go in and put in a statement performance and beat them by a few goals, but at the end of the day, a win is a win is a win. LCFC, I will talk to you soon, mate, and best of luck over the weekend with your game. Liam Miller tribute game played in GAA ground, but only after massive public pressure. That's pretty much what I was talking about, buddy. It can be like banging your head against the wall sometimes trying to deal with the GAA when it comes to stuff like that. I'm more excited for Spurs versus United and Arsenal versus West Ham than our game. That's a fucking strange thing to say. I'm more excited for Spurs versus United and Arsenal versus West Ham than I am for our game. That's a really odd thing to say. Who would you prefer on the left wing, Mane or Jovanovic? I'm going to have to side with Sadio by about 50 million miles there. Milan Jovanovic. God almighty, those weren't the days. Those were dark, dark days. It wasn't Lee Miller I was trying to think about, mate. If that was aimed at me, sorry. I was thinking about the Sean Cox game. I wasn't thinking about the Lee Miller game. But yeah, again, that was a headache, as we spoke about. Have any of you guys done stand-up comedy before? Said Alpha G. No, mate, but it's a life ambition of mine. I just never had the bottle to try it. Cash does stand-up comedy though. Anyone who remembers Cash, she's a stand-up comedian, or comedian, I should say. What else we got? We have a few more little bits and pieces to go through, guys. A few more things. Where have we got? Done that. We've gone to the rehabilitation. Okay, let me go through your comments. I'd say we're going to be doing a shorter stream tonight, guys, because there isn't really too much to go on about. Again, if anyone's watching and you haven't subscribed, please do hit that button, and of course drop a like on the stream. GAA are a balls organisation, said Tom. 10-year plan for a top 10 club, said Anthony Peters. Am I going to the Aviva? Absolutely, Jack. We'll be going to the game. Samuel's predicting a 2-0 win tomorrow. In the last 8 game weeks, I can't watch the Premier League for us winning. You'll find a way, buddy. It'll be all good. We'll all find a way to watch it somehow. Crosby Red said, Tom, that's what I thought, but read earlier in the chat, BT would be showing it. Have checked and it's not on. Would have loved to see your reaction to games in the Hodgson era. You really wouldn't, mate. It was depressing as fuck. I remember being on holidays once. It was the time we lost to Northampton in the FA Cup, and it was, I mean, I swear to God, it ruined 2 or 3 days of my holiday looking at that shite. Damn those days when we had Voronin up front, Kyriakos, Chuck Norris. UK channels aren't allowed. UK channels aren't allowed to show 3 PM kickoffs. It's to encourage people to go to games. Yep, that's exactly the thought behind it. All right, it's to stop them just sitting at home and watching it, and to try and make sure the stadiums are full. What do you think about Michael Owen? Probably shouldn't say this on here, but I don't like him one bit. I don't like anything about the guy. I felt he's always leans towards England more than Liverpool. Going to Man United, he can go and fuck himself. I don't have very many complimentary things to say about Michael Owen at all, Leon, if I'm being honest. He's a boring fuck. I don't like listening to him now. I don't even know what else to say. I just don't really like the guy. He's not somebody that ever enters my head when I think about my favourite Liverpool players. Amazes me to see some of our fans moaning about Mane to watch the Hodgson era, Jovanovic and co. Yes, it was tough times watching that. Andy Murray's a funny guy. He's retiring. Yes, I have heard that today. Andy Murray is an absolute superstar. I have nothing but kind things to say about that man. He's a warrior. He's such a strong mental energy. I love the guy. I love him. First English fella to win Wimbledon since Fred Perry, fucking very long time. And yeah, his hip is just giving him too much trouble. He's hoping to get through to Wimbledon and then after that. And it was sad to see him being so upset today when he was talking about retirement. But look, what a legacy he's left in British tennis. He's an absolute warrior. LFC need to make every game until the end of the season a final, said Imran. Jay Spearing's the best player to wear the Liverpool shirt, and we all know it. Yeah, no, he really isn't. He really isn't. Mini Mighty Mouse. I don't care if the stadiums are full. I want to watch football and us winning the league. Mate, look, we've all have the same problem. Don't know what else to say. I mean, in this day and age, the fact that we all can't see every Liverpool game, I still am baffled as to why we can't do it. And not just Liverpool fans, I should say, any fan of any club, I believe, should be able to watch every single league game for that club. I know all the arguments, by the way, about the money being split out in smaller clubs before people start throwing comments at me and telling me that I'm, just looking after the big clubs. I understand all the arguments, but at the same time, we want to watch our fucking club playing football, and we can't get tickets to go and watch them in the stadium because they're like gold dust. Anyone know if it's true? Marco Arnautovic, 35 million. Yes, they've definitely bid money for him, and yes, he does want to go. I've no idea about the wages. His brother has come out and said that he wants to move to China to challenge for league titles. I mean, fuck off. Just come out and be honest, Arnautovic. You want to go to China for one reason and one reason only, and that's to sit there fucking £50 notes up in the air going like this, going whoop whoop, making it rain, motherfucker, whoop whoop. That's the only reason Marco Arnautovic wants to go to China, because nobody goes to China to win jack shit. It's all about the Benjamins, and anybody who says otherwise is a lying piece of shit. It's only about shillings, that's it. Kevin Doyle said, newly subscribed, great content from a fellow Irishman in red. Thank you so much, Kevin, very much appreciated, mate. Don't know what to wear tomorrow. We'll be in the home section and people around our seats know us and who we usually support. Should I go in neutral colours? I'm not going to tell you what to wear, buddy. It's completely, you know the situation much better than me because you know the people around you and stuff, so just make sure you look after yourself. That's all I will say, and enjoy the game. I like that we're playing before City, and I hope the pressure gets to them. Wolves are on a high after the victory. I just can't see them getting anything against City, and that's just me being negative, and I'm on other people about being negative, but I'm also trying to be realistic. 3 PM game should be pay-per-view, said Sean W. It's an idea. Check out Jason McAteer and Owen almost fighting in that five-a-side. I did see that one. A nice boot up the hole there from Jason McAteer to Michael Owen. I remember a channel back in the day. Remember what's it called? You could buy a footy match for £2.50. I've no idea what that was, mate. I'm trying to think back and I can't for the life of me think who it was. UK is the worst place to watch Premier League football on TV. Most other places, every single game is available. I know, it's true. When I was over in America on holidays, the house that I was in, that we rented, luckily enough, had a good package, TV package. And yet, every fucking game was there to watch. Craig, do you think pay-per-view for all your club's games is a way forward? Look, you can look at it a couple of ways. People can say that the TV money from Sky and BT and all of these gets to subsidise the league, and the money gets spread out amongst all the clubs, and wherever you finish in the league you get a bit more. I get all of that, but why not just add a season ticket onto that again? So if you want to have Sky Sports, then yeah, you have Sky Sports for all of your sports, or BT or whatever it is, but then you can buy a season ticket to your own club on top of that again. Now people might moan at me and say, fucking hell Craig, we're already paying a ridiculous amount of money. Well look, if this was my only option, I would pay it. I would pay for my Sky subscription, my BT or whatever, and then buy a season ticket to see all the Liverpool games on top of that. It has to be the way forward. Either that, or it's going to be a case that clubs are going to start selling virtual reality fan seats or virtual reality season tickets, where they'll have cameras inside the ground, a few cameras in different sections of the stands, and you put your headset on at home and you get your virtual reality view of the game, like somebody sitting in the Cop, like somebody sitting in the King Kenny stand, or something like that. That could well be the way forward as well. Do you think, or do you want to buy anybody in January, said Mossy. I wouldn't mind it, Mossy, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't mind getting the deal set up for the summer. I wouldn't mind bringing in a young fullback either if we had our eye on somebody, but other than that, I think just leave things as they are. We're taking along nicely. TV channels not being allowed to show the games on Saturdays is one thing, but clubs can't even stream them on their channels, only commentary. What's my prediction for tomorrow, says Matthews? 2-1 3-0 or 3-1, I think, buddy. But either way, I'm pretty comfortable Liverpool win by 2 goals, I think. Klopp and Van Dijk's photo looks like a photo taken in a club on a night out with him pointing. It does look a bit, hey, this guy. Craig, do you like Celtic or Rangers? No, neither, mate, to be honest. I wouldn't really follow a Scottish club, but if I had to show favouritism towards anybody, it would actually be Aberdeen. The last time we won a trophy, the really shy team in 2012 League Cup, so if we can win a trophy with that team, surely we can win something with this team. Yeah, makes sense. Wolves are a very good team, don't write them off just yet. They are a very good team, but they're going to the empty hat. It's not like it's in Molyneux, so look, if they get something, I'll be the first one to be fucking saying well done to Wolves, but I'm just not expecting it, I think, is the way I'm looking at this. I'd love to do Stone Cold Stunner and Glenn Murray from the top rope. My wife and I were just talking about wrestling before we came on stream, actually. She was telling me something about John Cena. Both Liverpool and City in unfamiliar territory, City behind leaders and us being the leaders. Curious how we both handle respective pressure. Right, where else have we got? What do you think about the Leeds spy thing? It's fucking hilarious, is what I think about it. I don't really know how bad it is. I mean, if you look at it in other countries, sometimes clubs hold open training for fans in other countries, so maybe we're a little bit too precious about these things in the UK and Ireland. I don't know what to say. I mean, how much was he going to learn by standing there? I don't know. It's weird. It's funny. And look, Leeds won, so maybe it worked. I don't know. Jump on the PS4 and give Goldbridge a spanking on FIFA. Do it. To be fair, I would most likely 99% get my ass kicked if I jumped on, because I haven't played FIFA in so long. I'd probably have to play it for a few months and try and get up to speed. I'm sure he'd kick my ass, to be fair, on FIFA. Should have my Wi-Fi back on Monday. Great one, mate. I know it's been a while now since you moved into the new place and you haven't had your Wi-Fi, but great to have you on tonight anyway. We need a striker, said Darren Calvin. Anyone in mind, buddy? Or are you like the rest of us and would love Timo Werner to come in? Would only take Coutinho back if he came for a bargain price and nothing like what we sold him for. This whole Coutinho thing has been going around in my brain for the past 2 days, just trying to think about this situation. I just don't want it to go to United, that much I'm certain of. Can somebody let me know exactly how bad the Barcelona fans view Coutinho? Because I haven't been on social media for a few days, so I haven't had a look at Twitter and seen what the Barcelona fans are like or anything, but a couple of people have told me that he's really getting abuse from them. Has he been that bad at Barcelona? Or is it just, as somebody said yesterday, that he's just shooting from 25 yards all the time, pissing them off? We're linked to James Rodriguez. Don't expect this deal to go through. Yeah, it seems that Bayern Munich don't want to make his loan deal a permanent one. He was on a 2-year loan deal from Real Madrid. And it's a tough one. It's a big name. It's somebody who can play very, very well, but he seems to drift in and out of seasons, and not just games, seasons. Do you think Henderson is the right guy for captain? It's a tough one to say, mate. This season I'm sound about him being captain, but if he's not going to be playing too much, I would probably rather it be changed. But at the same time, I don't see while he's at the club it ever is going to change. I think Jordan Henderson will be the captain while he's a Liverpool player. And whether I think that's the right or wrong thing, I guess it doesn't really matter, buddy. All that matters is what Jurgen Klopp thinks. And Jurgen Klopp sees Jordan Henderson every single day on the training ground, doing charitable work around the other players, and he knows what type of character Jordan Henderson is. So I guess I'm just going to have to bow down to Jurgen Klopp's knowledge on this one. But I mean, I've always been very supportive of Jordan Henderson as Liverpool captain, because being a football captain for this football club means a lot more than just putting on an armband and going on the field and playing a game of football. There's a lot of extra work and responsibilities that come with being the captain of a club the size of Liverpool, and I think Jordan Henderson handles them responsibilities very well. Did you see the pictures being shared in social media showing the empty head compared to Liverpool fans in a pre-season game? No, I haven't been on social media, but I did see the Etihad myself from watching the game and stuff, and semi-final of a cup, and it looked at least half empty from what I could gauge watching it. It looked a little bit embarrassing, to be fair. I don't care if it was just against Burton Albion. It doesn't matter. That could have been against anyone in the semi-final, and they still wouldn't have sold out like that. It's not great, but they're not. It's not ours to judge. I mean, Liverpool, we would have sold it out. We know we would. Because if I could have got a ticket, I'd have fucking came over, and I'm sure there's thousands of people in Ireland, Norway, other parts of the UK that would have killed to have gotten a ticket if Liverpool were there. So yeah, it's tough to see. It's tough to see so many empty seats when our fans, a lot of them can't get a sniff of a ticket. And even some of them tickets, I believe, were a tenner for that game as well, which is, I mean, great for their fans if they want to go, but the fact that it wasn't even sold out or even nearly sold out is pretty embarrassing, if I'm being honest. Is it just me? Does anyone else think Spurs are going to do well due to playing at Wembley with the bigger pitch against United? I'm actually intrigued, mate, to see how this game is going to go. I think maybe a 2-2 draw for this game, but that pitch at Wembley is shite as well, by the way. I know they've been struggling since the NFL and stuff played on it, but it hasn't looked great at all. It's a little bit embarrassing for Wembley, if I'm being honest. Who won, Leeds or Derby? Leeds won 2-0. I think it was 2-0. It was 2-0 with a few minutes to go when I came upstairs anyway. Craig, you got a console, mate? Yes, got a PS4 and an Xbox One. 1S. Is it 1X? 1S? 1S? I think it's a 1S Lucas has. But yeah, we've got them both. My daughter has the PS4 and my son has the Xbox. And she doesn't play it. It just sits in the sitting room. I'd take Coutinho for 30 million plus whatever Barcelona have left to pay us, said Kieran Aaron. I think we robbed them. Are you talking about Coutinho? If so, then that's a lot of fucking wage they paid for him. Whoever's in charge of Barcelona's recruitment, by the way, over the past 2 years should be fired, because they brought in Coutinho and he doesn't seem to be fitting in. They brought in Dembele, he seems to be hit and miss. They brought in Malcolm, an absolute failure. I mean, their recruitment has just been scattergun, to say the least. I work with a guy from Barcelona. He says Coutinho wasn't what they expected, overhyped apparently. Again, tough shit. You got him now. Fans are bashing him, and it's true that he's playing for a spot in the starting 11, but not to the extent it's being bloated. I think he's scoring 1 in 4. Fans not happy. He was never going to be prolific though, was he? I mean, I never expected him to go there and be a 1 in every 2 games player even. He's more of a supplier of goals to me than a scorer of them. And yes, he does score some great goals from outside the box. But I don't know, maybe they were expecting a little bit too much of him. Barca and Real fans are so spoilt, which is absolutely true. 100% true. Interesting to see if Mr. Ronaldo's DNA, by the way, gets given over to Las Vegas. That's going to be interesting to see. Henderson off the pitch is a perfect for captain, but on the pitch I don't think he is, said Kieran Aaron. Do you know what? Sometimes though Henderson's the only one that's screaming at the referee on the field. And it took him a while to start to do that, because I think Liverpool players have let the referees off far too lightly over the past few seasons. I mean, we can moan at other clubs for doing it, but at least they're fucking doing it. Sometimes I'm wondering why we're not getting in referees' faces or in their ears earlier on in games. Spanish fans are also fickle. Ronaldo got booed a lot of the weeks, said Michael Wicks. I don't know what the fucking... I don't know what to say about that, to be fair. I mean, the league is a joke from start to finish. Don't talk about the quality of the football. I don't mean to belittle the football that's played there. There's some excellent football in Spain, but it's a bullshit league. It's fucking Barcelona or Real every single damn season, and once in a blue moon a club like Atletico might pull something out. It's a fucking joke. The league is set up so those clubs will forever be in the Champions League. Nobody else can ever touch them, and it's just pathetic. It's just, what's the point of it? There's no chance that Real or Barcelona will never be in the Champions League. None. Look at the Premier League. You've got Manchester United, Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal, Spurs and Chelsea. all for 4 spots in the or in the Champions League, and they're 6 pretty damn good sides. And then behind that, then you've got Everton coming up, I suppose. Who else have we got? Wolves that are going to have eyes on European football at some point as well with the money that's gone behind them, and some other decent sides there coming in behind. So it's fucking tough when you look at our league and how competitive it is compared to the Spanish league. Well said, Craig, but I think he's done a good job. But it's time for Virgil to be captain. Did anybody ever think that maybe Van Dijk didn't want to be captain? Maybe, yeah, on the field he'd love to be captain, but maybe he doesn't want to do all the extra charity work, sponsorship work, appearances, all the stuff that goes along with it. It's just something to think about. I've wondered about this sometimes. If in Hendo we trust, he should be captain. I want him to lift the league and show all the haters who's boss. That much I cannot wait for. Jordan Henderson lifting that Premier League title will be something I will have fucking framed and put on my wall. Yeah, he would deserve it. He would absolutely deserve every second of that. Is there an Anfield Agenda FIFA Pro Clubs team on Xbox? No, there isn't. But I haven't even picked up the controllers for Xbox or PlayStation 4 since they bought them, mate. They've just... Lucas, my son's a whiz. 6 years of age. He's an absolute genius on anything, particularly racing games like... what's the one he plays all the time? Fucking hell. He's got like 5 of them. I can't think of the name of it. It's a racing car game anyway. That's how little I know about computer games, mate. I'm unable to scroll through the chat. I don't know what to say to you. Gokul, I wish I could help, buddy, but I don't know what's going on with you. They still have Messi and Suarez, so they're alright, said Samuel. Evening, Baldy. Good evening, Rob. How are you, sir? I said to people a couple of years ago, why can we just use the likes of Barca? I'm starting to think to be honest, just need silverware. I don't know what that means, Jose. I think I've misread your comment or missed a few words or something. Barca and Chelsea are both on crack for Chelsea rejecting the offer and Barca wanting to do that in the first place. There's only one Michael Edwards, said Stephen Richards. Absolutely. The guy's a genius. What else have we got? How do you ruin a player's career? Go to Barcelona. Do you only come live at 10 p.m. or later? Yes, to be honest, mate. Usually 10 p.m, 10:15, and then for match days we come on half an hour before kickoff. So for tomorrow, I'll be live at 2:30 p.m. UK time for a watch along. But I'm gonna start doing earlier streams as we move along. I think I might move the stream forward an hour. In the near future, I might move it to 9 o'clock. The only problem with doing streams between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock is if there's a Champions League game on or a big Premier League game on, people want to watch them. So if I'm coming on here doing a stream at 9, a lot of the people are going to be on watching the Champions League football, so they're not going to come on and join us. So I try to do it around times that I think would suit people. But I also want to do more 20-25 minute streams and some shorter content as well. So any ideas or anything that you guys want to see or little bits and pieces you'd like to see us do at the channel, we're always open to suggestions and stuff, guys. So please do let us know, because it's your channel at the end of the day. We want to make stuff that makes you guys happy. So anything you want to see, please let us know. If we can do it, we'll have a go with it. Guys, look, where are we? If you are watching and you haven't yet subscribed, by the way, please do hit that button and drop a like on the stream. If you ever want to replace Neymar by a top class left winger, not a central attacking midfielder, or a white winger, can't even fucking get a sentence out, a right winger. Excuse me. I'll see if you've got a Manchester City fan in there. I'm not going to read through any of his comments because I couldn't be arsed dealing with the trolling. Craig Carrot and Neville had a debate on the importance of Monday Night Football. They said that giving a player an armband isn't as important nowadays because more players are leaders. It's a fair conversation, and as a club you'd expect to have at least 5 or 6 leaders in your team, or 5 or 6 players that, you know, will pull people in line, be a bit more. In life, I suppose, you're gonna have some alphas and you're gonna have some betas. So a team is going to have that mix as well, isn't it? Some people will stand up and want their voice to be heard, and other people might lead in a different way in their performances, or other people might need to be coached through games. I suppose it just depends on the individuals. AS Empire said, hey guys, can't wait for the game. 4-0 to Liverpool tomorrow up the Reds. What do you think will be the toughest part about Brighton? Their tenacity, mate, and their organisation. Because Chris Hughton will have, he'll have them tight, he'll have them compact. They'll probably hope to nick something from a wide cross, a set piece, a throw in, something aerially. I hate to just belittle them and say stuff like that, but it's probably what's going to happen. I've seen several rival fans starting to meme Mignolet on Twitter. Look, honestly, every single club's rival fans right now can kiss my hairy Irish ass, because they're little trollings and all they want us to do is fail because they're fucking petrified. And I don't understand how some of our fans don't see that. Some of our fans see all this, oh, you're going to let it slip, you're going to lose the league, blah, blah, blah. Fuck them. They're only saying it because they're scared stiff. Enjoy it, take it as a compliment, and just smile back at them and say, we'll talk again in May, dickhead. And just leave it there, because they're fucking petrified. Still not won the Champions League, just saying, said O-Dog. I gather that was to the Manchester City fan. Just ask him why wasn't he in the stadium the other night. Simple question, like, well, why was their stadium empty? They've no comeback, because they're all plastic fans. 99% of these little dickheads that are on here now never heard of Manchester City 5 or 6 years ago. You do, of course, have some hardcore fans that have been there all the time, but most of them are just little blow-ins, mate, so I wouldn't worry about it. Isco instead of James, your thoughts? 100% agree, Cody. I would absolutely take Isco over James Rodriguez if it was an option. Jose got a job as a TV pundit. Can't wait to watch him. Should be pretty fucking depressing viewing. What else we got? Please keep the same time. I live on the East Coast in the US, and I've been tuning in each day after I finished coaching since I found the channel, said Pont and Soccer. On that, mate, if we do move it to an earlier time, we will do a stream for people in the States. We've spoken about that one before when we were discussing it, because I understand that we've got a lot of people that watch us in America, and I appreciate the hell out of you guys for coming on and watching. So if it ever comes that we move a stream earlier, I'm going to have a later stream for you guys anyway. So we won't forget about you, don't worry. I promise you that much, because the people we have tuning in from America mean the world to us. So we'll always make sure you guys get something. Skipper Dog fancies an easy 3-0 win to the Reds tomorrow. What else we got? Craig, I was at the Fulham match and I'm no less confident about our chances than I was then. This is our year, said Martin G. Love it, mate. I mean, bring on the positivity. Fucking, there's enough negativity out there, which is why I disappeared off social media for a few days, because it's absolute nonsense. I think this must be a cranky stream, because I've lost a few subscribers on this stream, so I must be extra cranky today. People don't like when I'm a little bit cranky, but you got to put up with this stuff. For me, unfortunately, I am who I am, and I'm never going to come on and be all like, hi guys, it's Craig, how are we? That's not who I am. I'm me, and you're going to get the happy, the sad, the angry, the cranky, the smiley, the baldy. You'll always get the baldy. But yeah, so look, if I've pissed off anyone tonight, I apologise, but I'm just going to be me all the time. If that ends up going up or down or left or right, well, we are where we are. But no problem, Pont and Soccer, mate. And as I said earlier on, we really appreciate the amazing people and the amazing support we've had from people in the States, so we'll always look after you guys. And of course, Canada and all that neck of the woods as well. Up the Reds 5-0 versus Brighton, said Cody. Jersey Welch is in. How are you, sir? That was creepy, mate. You ain't seen nothing yet but creepy. I can get much creepier than that, I promise you. If you knew what goes on inside my head, you'd be much more creeped out than that. Don't forget to hit the like button, said Louis. Please do. I don't know where we are, but we've never... I say never, I keep saying never. We haven't not got 100 likes in a hell of a long time, guys. So look, if you can do me that little favour, if you've already subscribed, if you can just hit that like button, that would be brilliant. And if you haven't subscribed, look, if you've got a second and you want to do that, please go ahead. And for anybody wondering about the watch along tomorrow, 2:30 we'll be starting it. I'll come online here. And the game is on in Ireland, so I will have a live stream of it, thankfully. Craig, wear a wig on the show if Liverpool win the league. Get me a Puyol wig and I'll have a bash at that one. I'm going to grow a red mohawk. Well, I'll grow a mohawk and dye it red when we win the league. I've already promised that one. I promised that one ages ago. It could be due to the ones getting booted off, Craig. It could be, Joanne. It could be. I knew coming on today I was probably going to be a little bit cranky. So I was trying my best not to be. But it's been a stressful last few days for me. So I'm still on here. I've been unwell for the last week. And I've been managing to get on and do the stream. So I'm proud of myself for that one because it would have been easy to just take a few days off. But I don't want to let people down. So I always try to make sure I come on for a while and get some of your amazing opinions because you guys make my weekend. So thank you again for all your support. I'd love to go full Conor McGregor and just go, if I ever annoyed anybody or pissed somebody off, then I apologise to absolutely fucking nobody. See, I told you I could be creepier, Cahill. I told you I could. Craig's cranky, so it's to be called Jimmy for the rest of the night now. Jimmy Cranky, I don't care. Jimmy Cranky, I don't care. Get a job on Fair City with those acting skills. Oh, don't, mate, Sean. You're obviously Irish. Can you fucking tell me how Leo ever got a job? He overacts more than any human being I've ever. Hey, so what was you saying? Like, hey, he's fucking awful. He's the worst actor I've ever seen in my life on television. He's shocking. Oh, he's so bad. He's so bad. Hey, Bella, how are you? He's so bad. So bad. Oh, he's so bad. Oh, people are going to be watching going, what? Who, what? Just Google. If you're not Irish, you don't know who I'm talking about. Leo Fair City. He is so bad at acting, it's not even funny. I've had mocks and been listening to you while I revise, said Cart 6. My daughter has her mocks coming up soon as well, mate, so I hope they go well for you. What else we got? Your opinion on Sturridge, Lallana and Origi. Sturridge will be gone at the end of the season, I think. Some people have suggested that the club might offer him a new deal, but that would be really naive when he's got this betting charge hanging over his head. I would say he'll move on. Lallana, I think, will go on in the summer. And look, Origi will be gone now if we can get the money from him. I think if we get 15 million, Origi's gone. But at the same time, I really enjoyed having Daniel Sturridge at Liverpool. I think he's been good for the club. I know he's had his injuries, but he's a quality footballer. Seems like a really sound fella as well. And Lallana, it's been a bit hit and miss for Adam, but I mean, respect to them both. I've not been the biggest fan of Origi, but he scored the goal against Everton, so how would you not like him? Craig, what the fuck happened there? I don't know. I honestly don't know, but yeah, it was just Leo. Hi, Leo. I don't know who you're on about, but that's funny. I've no idea what's going on, said Heme. Yeah, sorry, apologies. Never seen Craig laugh so hard about something so stupid as well. Oh, it's so silly. Sometimes it's just the strangest, little silliest things in life that make me laugh. What else we got? Tottenham Hotspur are a bunch of gobby little wankers. On Twitter they're complaining that Klopp said to be lucky with having no injuries at the moment. Fuck off. Spurs fans can do one as well. Craig, do you think the hysteria that surrounded Anfield in April-May 2014 could hinder Liverpool's title challenge? No, absolutely not. Look, that was amazing, those times. I mean, it didn't finish out too well, but there were some brilliant days, nights, afternoons. But this is a different team with a different manager in a different time, in a different mindset. I would say it would have no correlation to how we're going to get on this year, Mario. Jurgen Klopp will manage things very, very well. We have a far better squad than we had in 2013-14. We had some amazing players then, but we have a bit more depth now. Yeah, and I think we were on our last legs when we were so burned out. Suarez was absolutely exhausted, whereas I think Klopp's been a bit more clever and his players will get a bit more rest this year. And yeah, look, I don't think so, mate. And I get where you're coming from, but it was so much fucking fun that year. That ride was brilliant. It didn't end up great, but I enjoyed it. It gave me some of the best afternoons and evenings of my life as a football fan. Craig the PewDiePie of I can't even fucking speak. Craig the PewDiePie. I called him Tweety Pie the other day. I was trying to explain to my wife who he was because she's never heard of him, and I was like, "You've never heard of Tweety Pie? Who the fuck are you not hearing who Tweety Pie is?" And then my daughter comes in and goes, "It's PewDiePie." Would really like to see Keanu Hoover at centre back tomorrow. I used to watch Fair City. I think I will again after that. Craig said Martin. Again, apologies, and most people won't have a clue what I was on about there. But if you just Google Leo Fair City, it's fucking awful. I hate the long breaks between games, said Adam. Yeah, it's tough. It is tough. It's great at Christmas time when you've got a game every 3 or 4 days. But I mean, Kloppo, I'm sure, is loving it because he gets time with the players and he gets to have them fit and fighting. So, how do you spell that Irish actor you were talking about? Leo, just Leo. Leo Fair City, and he's kind of a blondie haired oldish man. What's his second name? Leo. Oh fuck! What's his second name at Fair City? Let me have a think for a second. It'll come to me. Dowling. Leo Dowling. That's his name. Leo Dowling. Craig, if Klopp goes, who should we get as manager? Zizou? No. Zidane wouldn't suit our club. He wouldn't suit our fans either. I don't know is the honest answer, buddy, because it's not something I've given any consideration to. I'm really trying to think off the top of my... The honest answer is, and I know you don't want to hear this, I'd take Pochettino in a heartbeat if Klopp went. And I know he's probably going to go to United, but he's a very good manager. And you can say he's won nothing, doesn't matter. You can see how good he is in the way he's developed his clubs. I think he's got a massive career ahead of him. I hope Stevie G, by the time Klopp leaves, might be a little bit more settled and have a lot more experience in the game, and maybe we can look at him. But it's a question I really hate to answer because I want Klopp to be here till his contract expires. Did you watch the AC Milan Liverpool game live? Yes, mate. I watched it inside the stadium, thankfully. What else have we got? Craig, is it true all Irish people drink Guinness? I don't drink at all, Niall, so but definitely not, no. I know a lot of Irish people who don't drink Guinness. It's an acquired taste, but if you do drink it, then it's usually your go-to drink, full stop. But I have drank it at times, but I'm not a big drinker. I keep saying I don't drink. I don't have anything against drinking, or like I drink if someone put a bottle of beer in front of me and I was away on holidays. I go, yeah, sure, why not? I'm not a drinker because I can't be arsed with hangovers. And if I got a hangover, it'll be a 2 or 3 day job, and it's just not worth the hassle. Now you mention it, Craig, you look a little like Tweety Pie. There you go. I'm taking that one. Connor's mate called me the what did he call me? The White Anelka. Now I'm supposed to plug his Instagram account when I say this, but I haven't got a clue who he is or what his Instagram account is. So I've sort of done my job, but I don't know his Instagram account. So absolutely loved watching Keanu Hoover play against Wolves. He's not much older than me, so inspiring. Adam, I said it at the time, mate. What balls he had to come out and play. I mean, if I was his age, I would have fallen apart. But I suppose, look, that's why he's going to be a professional footballer, and I'm sitting here in front of a computer. But yeah, it was great to see him, and I can understand why he'd be an inspiration. And it's great that footballers have that effect on people. Gerrard to manage in say 5 years. Yeah, I mean that would be perfect timing, presuming that he develops as a manager. The Alpine Klopp at Southampton, said Jay. Phil Neville said Liverpool should go for Eddie Howe. Phil Neville is a fucking idiot. Anything that man says, you should just think is wrong. No matter what he says. If he says the sky is blue, assume that it's not. Because he is a cabbage of the highest order. He talks more shite than me, and that says a lot, because I talk an awful lot of shite. Honestly, he's an idiot. An absolute gobshite of the highest order. I'm still baffled as to how he got his job as the English national women's coach. Baffled. Is the lucky shirt coming out for tomorrow? I don't know. I honestly haven't thought about it. Possibly. Yeah, maybe. Let me have a chat with it and we'll see. I've been really busy, Evan, and been unwell, so I haven't even had time to think about that. Why is anybody thinking about who's replacing Klopp? I get you, Michael. I'm not thinking about it either because Klopp's going to be here. Prediction for tomorrow, Jack. I'm going for 3-0 or 3-1. Poch would refuse to spend any money. I just think he hasn't got any, to be fair, to spend. If Klopp leaves, I'd take Tuchel. I think he's a fraud, personally. I couldn't stand him at PSG after the game in Paris. I don't know, let's just be the B-Tech though. I just don't like him, personally. I just don't see anything in him. I think he's going to fail massively at PSG as well. Well, look, they got knocked out of the fucking cup by, who was it, Gangon or somebody the other day, which is embarrassing as fuck. Where's the Daya Chava? Here it is. It's always here. Don't worry. It's never not in reach. If we ever get big, if this channel ever got to like the United Stand size or Redmen TV size, I mean, I would be sending emails every day to Daya Chav to say to them, look, just sponsor us, please. We don't even want money. Just saying Coke. That's all. Just send us Daya Chav and I'll happily plaster it everywhere. Calling strangers on the internet nonsense is bang out of order, Louis. It is absolutely out of order. I think you guys have heard me call everybody everything under the sun. I think I've called people CUNTs, I've called people bastards, fuckers, cabbages. There's a couple of things that I never let slip out, and I never say call somebody a nonce. I just don't do. I've been called it and I've read it out at times, but that's one thing I would try and steer clear of. Anything homophobic, of course, anything racial, anything like that, I make sure it doesn't slip out of my mouth because it's wrong. It's just wrong on a lot of levels, and just steer clear of it. I mean, you guys in the chat are much better than that anyway. Who do you prefer, Camacho or Jones? I like them both. I mean, I don't really want to have to prefer either, buddy. They're both good footballers. Have you heard about Muller being suspended? Was there somebody else as well, Cameron? I think there was 2 guys that were suspended. I know Van Dijk is suspended for us for the first leg, but I thought there was 2 Bayern Munich players that were out, although I could be wrong. Is there any transfer news, Tyler, mate? Unfortunately, not at my end, buddy. I wish I had better news for you. I haven't seen anything at all today. PSG were celebrating like they won the Champions League after they beat Liverpool. Yeah, they were. You can see how much it meant to them. They were under a lot of pressure there, but they beat a subpar Liverpool and they were celebrating like they won it. They're never going to win it though. Never. That club will never ever win the Champions League. In my opinion. I mean, obviously I can't say anything as a fact. I just don't believe they'll ever win the Champions League. Talk to you tomorrow, Origi. Shouldn't be taking the piss out of child abuse. Yep, I agree, but again, whoever it was, he's had his warning now. To be fair though, it's the younger generation that have brought back this whole fucking nonce thing. It's something that I'm baffled as to the way it gets used, to be fair. Much easier. It's much better to just call somebody a cunt than call them the other word. Muller suspended, Ribery injured, Cahill superstar. Thank you, buddy. Thoughts on signing anybody in January, said Survivor. I don't think it's going to happen, buddy. Maybe Origi or somebody could go out. I'm hoping, like all of you, that we get something sorted for Werner or something for the summer, but I don't know. It's not looking great at this moment in time. Craig, do you think we will go far in the Champions League? I hope so, Mossy. It's going to be a tough game against Bayern Munich because they're an excellent team littered with top class internationals. Yeah, some of them are getting on a little bit, but with the second leg at the Allianz Arena, it's going to be difficult. I think we're going to have to be at our best for both games to get through, but I think we're fully capable, and after that it just depends on the draw, really. There's not really anybody in that draw though that I'd fear. There's certainly teams capable of beating us, and there's certainly teams we're capable of beating. I mean, to be fair, most top teams can beat anybody on their day, but it just depends what happens. I'd love us to get somebody like Barcelona because it's been so long since we had a game like that, over two legs especially. Craig, do you think City will ever win the European Cup? I think they have a better chance of doing it than PSG, if I'm being honest. They've got a manager who knows what it takes to do it. Their squad, what I could probably say, are maybe a tad naive in European football. They've got the ability to do it. I'd love to just say fuck off. No, not a hope, but they might do it. If they don't do it in the next 2 years, I'd be worried if I was them. But I think they are capable of doing it. Craig, do you think Harry Kane is overrated? No, surprisingly enough, I don't. And I'd love to say he was, but I think Harry Kane is as good as he's made out to be, unfortunately. And look, he gets too much protection by the English media, and he gets away with too much. But I really feel he's a top-notch striker. Yeah, I always try and be honest, and sometimes people think I say stuff just for a reaction, or I say, oh, fuck City, or this, that, and the other, but I'm always trying to be honest. I think Harry Kane's a very, very good footballer. Do you think that when we win the league, City will say it's because we played more games? No, it's because of the Can of Copperberg, Vinny, and no other reason. That's the only reason we win the league. It's because the Can of Copperberg hit their bus last year. That's it. That's the only reason that we could possibly have done it. We won't get any credit for it at all from them. We'll just be called something or told we were lucky, or we won't get the credit we deserve. But that's alright, mate, because we'll give ourselves the credit and we'll enjoy it. And look, if they've played more games or not, so what? I don't know what to say to them if they say that. They played 38 league games, the same as us, or they will have by the end of the season. Neymar is 10 times the actor of Leo. That's true. That's fair. That's a fair comment. Bayern are getting smashed, said James. Connor's team for tomorrow: Alisson, Van Dijk, Keane, Hoover, Robbo, Gini, Fabinho, Keita, Mane, Bobby, Salah, and we'll go for a 4-2-2-2. Thoughts? I don't think... the only problem I'd have would be Keane Hoover, and the only reason for that is because we're away from home, and the likes of Glenn Murray up against them I think might be a bit too much physically. But I mean, your team selection seems pretty sound, to be fair. Formation, look, I think we all get a little bit too caught up on that at times. 4-2-2-2 is basically the same as a 4-2-3-1 if we're being honest. It's just a matter of if somebody plays a little bit deeper or further forward alongside Salah. But yeah, it's completely plausible. Wangstein is a more savage version of Wanker. Yeah, it is. I agree. Right, guys, have we anything else to go through? We leave it there. Carragher in his prime or Van Dijk? Van Dijk, 100%. I mean, as much as I love Carragher and as good as he was, he hadn't got a patch on Van Dijk with regards to quality and his reading of the game and everything that Van Dijk does. He's just a better player, unfortunately, for Carragher. But look, Carragher made up for it in so many other ways and was a fantastic servant to the club, and I love the guy. Connor said, here's a shout: Robbo at centre back. There you go. Robbo at centre back, and you know what, he'd probably be brilliant there as well. Cahill said Kane's good, but when things don't go his way he starts playing dirty. I'd agree with that, to be fair. Craig, I love your channel, thank you very much, Mossy, that's really kind of you, buddy. Carragher's defending helped us win the Champions League. Yeah, he was a fucking warrior in that game. I mean, to get up and battle back and through the cramp that he had in that game, there's a reason why we often used to say we all dream of a team of Carragher's, because the man has the heart of a lion without any doubt. And look, but when I said he wasn't as good as Van Dijk, I love Carragher, love him. I just think Van Dijk is just one of the best defenders of our generation, to be fair. He's amazing. Wijnaldum has been suggested to be playing at centre back tomorrow, said Louis, as has Milner, as has Henderson, as has Fabinho. Yeah, we're not doing too bad though for a group that is missing centre backs. Right, guys, look, I'm going to leave it there for tonight if that's okay. I'll be around tomorrow at 2:30 for the watch along of the game, so if you can't get a stream of it and you want to come along and join us for some commentary, or just interact with the guys in the chat, then 2:30 would be absolutely great if you can join us. Apologies again, anyone I've pissed off tonight. I should really just record that and play it at the end of every stream. But I never mean to. It's never my way. And if I was a bit cranky earlier on, again, I apologise. But I am human, like all of you guys. Look, enjoy your weekends, guys. Look after your families. Tell your loved ones that you love them. And up the motherfucking Reds.